Coffee and Cocktails. Today I am going to go over my February 2024 budget. And to me, it's just so crazy that we're already talking about February's budget. I feel like it was just Christmas or just Thanksgiving. And so it's very crazy to me to feel like it's already time to budget for February. But I like to budget at least a week or two before the month begins so I can make sure that I have a good understanding of what money is going to be coming in and coming out. So let's get started. So the first thing I like to do is go over the monthly reminder section, goals, achievements, and notes. And I try and think of anything that's coming up during the month that's going to affect my budget and affect my finances. And then I add it in my monthly reminder section as well as my notes section. I also check to see if there's any kind of one-off bills that are coming due in the month. There's nothing coming due in February, but I did remember that I have something in March, April, and May. So I just made notes of it here just so that I remember that for next month and the next month after that, just to be sure that I have it all tracked. And I do have a subscription tracker that I use to track all my annual, monthly, quarterly, weekly subscriptions, and that way I can double check here just to make sure that I don't have anything in terms of annual bills coming due in February, which looks like I do not, so we're good there. Okay, so then getting into the income, I've already added in my expected income for the month. I always like to roll over one paycheck from the previous month, so I've included that here as well as the paychecks that I will get during the month. And then what I decided to do is then back out the last check for the end of the month since that will roll over to the next month. I also have interest that I'm expecting to earn from my savings accounts. It's a pretty small amount right now because I don't have a lot in there. And then I have a miscellaneous category. I have Rakuten, which is a cashback site that you use online or even in stores when you're shopping. And then every quarter they send a check. So that will be coming in February. So I've included that there. Okay, so then getting into the bills, my monthly rent is $23.74. I live in Southern California in a high cost of living area, so my rent is fairly high. I have a 1-bedroom apartment, and so I pay that every month. My water, sewer, and trash bill also comes out on the first of every month. I'm going to say that'll be about $57. I haven't received the bill yet, but I believe last month it was about $56 and some change. So I'll just go with $57 here. My gas bill, I also have not received that yet. Last month's was about $16. So I'm just going to put $20 just to be safe. My electric bill, this has been really high lately, even though I haven't turned on the heat or anything. I guess my heat's on my gas bill. So my electric bill, I guess it's just using the regular electricity, the lights and everything. So I'm not quite sure why it's so high, but it's been about $95. So I'm going to include that there. Internet, my internet is $90.77 a month. My phone is $75.75 every month, and that's just for the service. I don't owe anything on my phone itself. Storage is $85.50. I do have a storage unit that I share with my mom who lives a few cities over. Mostly what I keep in there is like my Christmas decor, different things from, I don't know, when I was growing up, things I don't want in my apartment. And so we share that unit, and so that's $85.50. I have Marriott, so that's $193.92. iCloud storage is $299. Hulu and Disney Plus is $9.99. Netflix $11.99, and Peacock is $5.99. So overall, just my bills themselves is $3,000, which is pretty high. It's a high percentage of my income. So I'd like to at some point get that down, but for now that's what it is. So then going into my variable expenses, household consumables. This is things like toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning supplies, anything like that. I don't think I need anything in February. I just got some in January. I got some paper towels. I got toilet paper, so I think I'm good there. Household durable, I shouldn't need anything there. That would be things that I keep in my house that last longer. So like blankets or any kind of furniture or anything like that that lasts a long time would go into that category. Groceries, I normally do about $250 on average for groceries. However, I do have a work trip coming up in February, so I'll be gone it's a short trip, so I'll only be gone for 4 days. But when I have any sort of work trip, I like to kind of scale back how much I'm buying on groceries, either leading up to it or, even when I get back, if I can make it last until the next month. So I'm going to say 200 on this one instead of 250. Dining out, we'll come back to dining out. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put anything there. Coffee, I do $30 every month. Transportation, this is mostly just like gas for my car. Parking and ride share should be $0. Clothing, I don't think I need anything. Makeup, healthcare, nothing there. Hair, nails, and brows. I do like to get a pedicure and a manicure at least once a month. And so that just for one of each is $113. So I'm going to put that in there. Self-care, I don't know if I'm going to put anything there. I can't think of anything that I necessarily need right now. So that, let's see, leaves us with $21.85 left to budget. So I'm going to go down to debts. I do have 3 student loans remaining. Right now, I am just putting the minimum balance on each of those, or paying the minimum balance on each of those, because I am working on another goal at the moment, and these are fairly low balances at this point. And these bottom 2 have a very low interest rate. It's like 1 point something %. So they're pretty low interest rates. So right now I'm just paying the minimums there. So that totals $126. And then my big goal for this month, or for the first few months of the year actually, is to finish off my IRA from 2023. With a Roth IRA, you actually have until the 15th of April of the next year to fund your IRA for the previous year. So I have up until April 15th, 2024 to fully fund my 2023 Roth IRA. I have quite a bit still to add to it. There's $2,000 left. I'm gonna put in $1,800 as a budget, and then see where that takes us. Into my savings and sinking funds, I put in $20 a month into my auto maintenance fund. I do need to do an oil change in February, so I have that noted up here. So I do put money into the sinking fund every month. So there's money there. There's plenty there to cover my oil change, but I'm still going to add an additional 20. And let's see. I think also I do have, I just noticed, I have a couple things that I'm going to be doing on weekends. So I'm planning on going to a winery one weekend with some friends. Like I said, I live in Southern California, so there is a winery region that's not too far away. And so we're going there one weekend just for a day. I want to make sure to give myself money for that. So I'm going to put that under fun money. And then I'm also going to add in here live entertainment. So fun money for the winery, it shouldn't be too much. I'm going to say $60. And then live entertainment. So I'm also planning on going to Universal Studios. I did receive a Universal annual pass for Christmas. And so I will probably be going multiple times throughout the year, but definitely planning on going in February. That shouldn't be that much. I'm driving, so I'm not going to be paying for parking. The other person I'm going with is going to pay for parking, and the ticket then is covered. So I'm just going to put 100. That should cover food or anything else I want to buy while I'm there. And let's see, what does that leave us with? That leaves us with $78. So I will put 60 in dining out. And that is pretty much it. So that leaves $18.91. Which I think I will I'm gonna put that $18. I'll just add that to groceries, and then whatever I don't spend in any of the categories, or if I make extra money for some reason, that will then end up going to my Roth IRA to help fund that some more. As of the beginning of the year, I still had $6,000 to add. January is not quite finished yet, so I'm not totally sure how much I'm going to add in January yet, but I should still have plenty of room to add $1,800 or more into my Roth IRA. So it looks like I think that should be it for the budget. Yeah. Yep, and like I have here, that one of my top goals is to fund my Roth IRA. So that will be in there. So I think that's good for now. And then as the month goes on, I will add in any of my expenses into the tracker over here, and then that will populate. And then at the end of the month, I will come back and compare my actuals to my budget and see how I did. Also, just to give you some information regarding the savings and sinking funds section, I do have a few sinking funds that I try to either fund every month or every once in a while. I currently have 8 right now. My first one is my emergency fund, which right now is at $49.24. I have work trips. Right now this shows 0 because I do have a work trip in January, and so I'm not sure how much will be left at the end of January. So that will change. And then auto maintenance, like I mentioned earlier, I save for that every month. I always put $20 a month into there. Car registration, I need to start adding to this because my car registration is due in May. So I need to start adding money into that because right now I haven't put anything in there yet this year. So that may be something I do in February if there's extra funds left over. Otherwise, I will do that in March and April. A Whole New World is my travel sinking fund. So I love to travel, and so this is just a generic vacation travel sinking fund, so I can save up money over time. Right now there's nothing in there because I'm trying to prioritize other things like paying off my debt and funding my Roth IRA. But once those are complete, then I will start adding to this monthly. The next one is for an exam that I have to take for work for a certification. So I have that money set aside. My FSA, I have a medical FSA for any medical related expenses. This is not accurate as of beginning of February because I did use some in January, and I got some new money in for the 2024 year. So this will be updated once I do my January budget recap. And then auto insurance, I'm going to start doing a sinking fund to pay my auto insurance so that I have that available once it comes due. All right, and so that is it. I hope you liked the video. Let me know what your goals are for the month, how your budget's looking, have you done your budget, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks, bye.